Hey guys, I just wanted to do some real-time tutorial for you. I just wanted to show how I typically start a landscape painting in grayscale. So here I'm using Photoshop. I've got a new file already open. I'll just share my image size information. So normally do it at 300 pixels per inch on the resolution, so if you're going to zoom into it, it would still be nice and clear. This one 5000 by 2813, that's typically good for a landscape, so yeah, keep it at that. So I'm going to set my color palette to just the grayscale slider, so that's just values, so it goes from dark up to light. So this being your darkest and this being your lightest, which is already my background anyway, so I'm not worried about that. So typically I like to start with a mid-tone completely on my canvas. It's just easier, I don't know why. I have no idea what I'm going to paint, so this should be interesting. So starting with a soft brush is always good, because then you can get some atmosphere going. So pretty much with landscapes, your foreground is going to be darker values than your background. You're normally going to have like foreground, midground, background. There'll be 3 stages, so it'll be dark, mid-tones, light tones. So just got some values on the page. What I'm doing now is selecting a smudge brush. So that's basically like simulating smudging your thumb across a wet canvas. Always get some nice effects. See, I can already see a landscape forming. Also, a good thing to do early on is lay down a perspective grid, which is what I'm going to do now. Where is it? I think it's in here. There you go. So, sticking to your fundamentals, following the rules of perspective. So the middle bit of the perspective grid will be your horizon line, so your eye level, where if you were standing in the scene, that's where you'll be looking. And then the very center of the perspective grid is your vanishing point, so it's where all objects vanish into the distance. So that's 1 point perspective, and then we will do a 2 point perspective. So do that, and then we'll make that larger. Make sure it's linked up with the horizon line. There you go. So there's my perspective. And you'll kind of see me paint towards that guide there that I've just done. What do we want to use now? Brush I like to use is this cloudy brush. Always does the job. So let's just put in my horizon line there. Let's lower the opacity on that. So this is probably going to end up being some sort of mountainous landscape. They always are. The perspective grid is kind of throwing me off, actually. Oh well. Let's get rid of it just quickly. So you don't have to paint to the perspective grid too strictly straight away. You can kind of jump back and forth, just as long as we've got a horizon line there. So I'm already thinking, sod it, let's have a light source coming in on horizon line there. Let's start to build up some of these rock structures as well. Rocket, yeah. Just been listening to Def Leppard, sorry. Don't like that. bring back that horizon line in. So you can follow the grid there, and that will get nice looking perspective done for you. Make things look huge. If you see me sticking my tongue out, it's just a habit when I paint. Don't worry about it. Lower the values there a little bit. Coming down. I can already kind of see a landscape starting to form, sort of. Just get that, go for that atmospheric kind of misty mountain look. Right, let's use the smudge brush. Another good brush as well is the mixer brush, which is this one, which is kind of similar to the smudge brush. It's just pushing paint around the canvas. It's just using all these tools, you're gonna get that nice traditional look that a lot of us are after, rather than anything too digital looking. Just create that messy, kind of messy look. Spread the paint about. Oh, I kind of like this. Alright, little technique, flip your canvas. It's like looking at a brand new painting. It's good. And you can spot compositional errors that way as well, because your eye gets a fresh look at the image. I want to darken this up. I want to bring this back into foreground. Oh, I only wanted this video to be 10 minutes. We're on 7 minutes already. Come on, Mark. You can do it. I just wanted to show you a real-time video of like nothing, like a painting that's not planned at all. Just how I'd approach ideas for clients. I've done this a million times, so obviously you're not going to be able to do it straight away. Yeah, I mean, let's start to build up some of this perspective a bit better. That'll give us that scale then. So let's follow this perspective line. Make this mountain look massive. See? Let's put in some clouds and then follow the rules of perspective with them as well. So this is a brush I use quite a lot. Where are you? There you are. Cloud brush. So you want to make the clouds look like they're going into the background, receding to the background. So the foreground, they're kind of larger and more spread out, and then the base gets thinner and thinner as it goes to the background. Oops. And then everything flattens out when it gets further and further away as well. So you're going to start seeing the clouds as a flat shape as they get further and further into the background. Let's darken that up a little bit. Make it a little bit more moody. Yeah, I mean, that's looking alright. Get a bit of atmosphere there as well. That was a happy accident. Didn't mean to do that. Bring in the lights a little bit more. So I'm going to imagine there's a light source going, shooting beams of light down that way. So That is what I shall do. Nice, I think that's just about done. That's a nice little sketch. And then in another tutorial I'll show how I start adding colour. And then I'll show how I just go straight into colour straight away with landscapes. It just depends on the subject matter. Sometimes it's easier to start off in black and white, sometimes it's easier to start off in colour, depending on what you're painting. Let's get some hard edges. So obviously the difference between a cloud and a mountain is the edges. So a mountain has hard edges, like a straight edge, and then cloud has a nice soft edge to it. Painting is all about edges. Put some more dark tones in. Maybe add some rocky texture. Start making that look more like a mountain. No, that looks rubbish. Flip it again. I'll stop at 15 seconds. 15 seconds? 15 minutes. I'm not that good. Just defining some of these cloud shapes. Starting to add some light. Just imagining where the light is bouncing off from. Trying to build up some detail. That brush. So basically, as the painting goes on, the shapes are just getting smaller and smaller. That's all it is. Start off with big shapes, work your way down to small shapes. Cool. Looking pretty good now. A big old evil mountain there. I like that one. Sticking out above the clouds. Might even do a weird spiky shaped one there. Yes. Yes. Evil genius. Might even use this as a full painting, I don't know. We shall see. I've literally got hundreds of these, so just do it for practice. I just like going into a painting just having no idea what it's going to be, and then just seeing it almost paint itself. Like looking at the clouds and forming images from the clouds. That's all it is. Darken that up. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I'll leave it at that. I always say that and then paint some more. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, thanks guys. Cheers for watching. I'm going to be doing some more real-time stuff for you guys. Because I know what it's like watching like a sped-up tutorial and you're like, oh, what did he just do? I missed that. So I want to show you the whole process from start to finish in real time and then try and explain along the way as best as possible. So, yeah. Cheers, guys. Peace.